Hi, it's Emily with Home Sweet Pilates. Welcome back for another Reformer workout video. Today we are going to be doing a lot of unilateral work, so like one arm or one leg, things like that. I'm really excited about it. You do not need any props, just yourself and your reformer, and let's get started. Okay, so we are going to begin on 2 springs here. If you are on a balanced body, please be on a red-blue. Otherwise, I would like you to please be on 1 light and 1 medium spring, okay? We're gonna be doing single leg footwork here, so I purposely have us a little bit lighter on our weight. So if you can lie yourself down, we will go ahead and get started. Let's place our right toe on that bar with our left leg in tabletop. I'm making sure my entire spine is on the mat. If you want to have your headrest up, you can. Just be sure to put it down before we start the bridging. Take a nice inhale. On your exhale, let's press into that bar with that right foot and extend ourselves out, keeping this leg here in tabletop, okay? Bring it back in and out. So we're just warming up here. As I'm pressing in and out, I'm taking inventory, seeing how my body is feeling, right? Seeing if there are any places that I feel like are gonna give me a little bit of grief today. I'm just making sure that my whole spine is there. Like I said, this is a lighter weight that's done on purpose. So I hope you're not like, okay, this is not that challenging, because trust me, it will get challenging. We'll do 2 more here. Now on this next one, as you press out, extend that left leg towards the ceiling, bend to bring it back in. Extend and bend. Extend and bend. Every time I say that, I always think of Legally Blonde. Like, we got the bend and snap. So I'm just laughing to myself here. Do 2 more. Last one. Now, as we press out, hold, flex both your feet. So your right heel is flexing under the bar. Press back up, bend to bring it in. Extend, flex, press, bring it in. Extend, flex, press, bring it in. Do you see my sign? I finally got my logo up on the wall and I am obsessed. I think it looks so cute. I've been wanting to do that since the beginning. So I'm really excited that I finally got it done. Last one here. Now, hold those feet in that flex. Take this left leg. My hamstring is so tight right now. I'm gonna tuck my pant into my sock there. Okay, so take this left leg, circle it out without letting this right hip lift. I'm circling it out, down and up. So it's like you're making a capital D. I'm keeping both shoulders on that mat. I'm keeping both hips on that mat. Last one here. We're gonna reverse it. Keep both feet flexed. Last one here. Bring it all the way in. We're gonna switch feet. Let me tuck my other pant leg into my sock. This is why I shouldn't wear flare pants when I do this, but whatever. Okay, keeping that right leg in tabletop. We're just pressing in and out. My ribs tend to want to flare out when I do this, so I have to really think about keeping my ribs knit and in, right? So if you're like me, maybe you need to think about that also. I'm keeping my knee in line with my toes as I press out. Last one here. We're gonna start that extension, okay? So we press out and extend. Bend and extend. Now we're starting to feel a little warm, yeah? See, just because you're on a lighter weight does not mean that it's not challenging, right? Everything is as challenging as you make it. I'm making sure every time I extend, I hit and then I go back in, right? I want you to hit that point and then go in. So we're not just moving loosey-goosey, right? Everything's intentional. We're gonna add that flex now. Extend, flex, up, and bend. Extend, flex, up, and bend. 2 more. And then we have those leg circles. Flex and hold, starting going to the outside. Keep that left hip down. Circle it out. Ooh, my hip just popped. And up. I'm not letting anything lift here, right? That thigh is just moving in the socket. Reverse direction. One more. Bring it all the way in. Going back onto that right leg now. Put a slight external rotation into that leg so my knee is going diagonally, right? Same thing with my left leg. It's going to go diagonal. My left toe is pointed. My right toe is on the bar, okay? I'm gonna press out and diagonally extend that left leg and then bring it back in. Diagonally extend and bring it back in. We're only doing a few here. Just really working on those hips right now, right? Getting all that movement in all directions here. Last one, hold it out here. Now, lower that leg to the bar, extend it back out diagonally. Lower and extend. Lower and extend. 2 more. Last one. Your feet should be feeling warmed up too. I don't know about you, but my feet are feeling warmed up. All right, onto the other side. So now my left toe is on the bar. I'm in that side diagonal. My right toe is pointed. I press the carriage out and extend that leg to the side. So I'm at a diagonal, right? I'm not going all the way over like a T. I'm just at a nice diagonal here. 2 more. Last one, hold. Lower that leg and lift. So I'm going straight in that diagonal and back up. 2 more. Last one. Bend and bring it in. Moving straight into single leg bridging. Take that left leg, bend it over your right thigh and flex that left foot, okay? Make sure you have that flex there in that foot. Trying to keep the carriage in. It's gonna be tricky because we're in this figure 4 position. And so depending on how flexible you are is gonna kind of depend on how much that carriage is in or out. Like mine is slightly out, but I'm gonna try to keep it still. We're gonna do flat back bridge up and down, okay? So push into that foot, press into your forearms, lift up into that bridge and lower down. Remember, we're doing flat back here. So we lift up and we lower. 2 more. Lift and lower. Try to keep those hips as square as you can. Lift, lower, and hold. Now bring that left leg straight towards the ceiling. Same thing. I'm going to bring my carriage in all the way. We're going to lift and lower. Lift. You can get a little bit more articulation in that pelvis here. Last one, lift and hold. Bend that left leg into tabletop. Extend and press the carriage out, straightening the leg towards the ceiling. Bend to bring it in. Press and extend. Bend to bring it in. Ooh, this is spicy today. 1 more. Bring it in, hold those hips up. Now, straighten that leg towards the ceiling. Flex as you lower it. Point as you lift. Flex and lower, point and lift. Oh my gosh, 2 more. Relax in the upper body. And lower it down. Oh my gosh, that got so intense. Being on the lighter weight actually makes this harder, right? Because you're having to use all of your muscle and control to hold that carriage in. When you have a heavier weight here, the spring tension is holding it in. But here, you're having to do it yourself, and it is spicy. All right, other leg going into that tabletop. Figure 4 here. With that right leg, flat back, lift it up, and down. Up, and down. 2 more. It actually feels good. It's like a little bit of a stretch while you work, right? Straighten that leg toward the ceiling, point the toe, lift up and down. Articulating a little bit more here through that pelvis. So that means I'm rolling down through that spine, right? Last one, hold it up, bend the right knee, extend as you extend the leg, and bring it in. Keep those hips square. Press the carriage out and extend. 2 more. Last one. Bring it in, hold the hips up, lift the leg, flex and lower, point and lift, flex and lower, keep that carriage as still as you can. 1 more. And lower it down. Hug those knees into the chest, rock it side to side. Well done. If you have pegs on your Reformer, you know what, I'm gonna take my clip out because we're gonna be doing stuff that I don't wanna have a clip in for. If you also have a hair clip in, take it out. It's not great for your neck if you're doing certain things. Okay, if you have pegs on your Reformer, go ahead and hold on to those. If you do not, you can grab onto your shoulder blocks, okay? I want you to have your elbows fanned out. Try to keep those ribs in. Mine tend to really wanna poke out. I have kind of like sloped ribs, so they naturally are always kind of like out, but they really try to come out when I do stuff like this. So I'm grabbing onto these pegs, trying to keep my ribs in as much as possible, okay? My shoulders are down and relaxed. My legs are in tabletop. Keeping both of your shoulders glued to the mat, drop your legs together as one to the right. Exhale, use those abdominals as you lift them back up. Inhale as you go over. Exhale as you lift. So your opposite shoulder blade is really gonna wanna lift here. Do not let that happen, okay? Your hip will naturally lift, that's fine, but do not lift that opposite shoulder. Last one. Beautiful, now we're just gonna open a book. So this right leg only is gonna open to the side and then back up. Open to the side, back up. Keep that opposite hip down. Don't let it fall open or lift, right? 1 more each direction. Last one. Moving into corkscrew, so we are gonna do a little bit of an inversion here, which is why I removed the clip, right? Safety first, always. If you have your headrest up still for whatever reason, please put it down. It should have already been down for when we did the bridging, but if it's not for whatever reason, please make sure it is down, okay? Whenever doing inversions, do not go onto your neck. Stay on the top part of your back, okay? So corkscrew, we're going to go up and over with both of our legs in the center. We're gonna shift our torso towards the left and roll down the side of our spine, circle the legs around, back to center, go up, do the same thing on the right side, okay? We'll do it together. So take those legs, bring them up. Lift your hips up towards the ceiling. As you lift your legs up overhead, bring them to parallel. Now, this shift, think about it coming from your torso as opposed to like your hips or your legs, okay? So I'm shifting my torso towards the left ever so slightly. It's a small movement, okay? Rolling down the side of that spine, keeping my legs where they are. Slow, slow, slow. Circling them around, coming back overhead, back in the center. Now I'm shifting in my torso, so I'm trying not to allow one hip to go higher than the other, right? I'm trying to keep them as square as I can, and I'm rolling, roll, 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 roll. Super slow articulation here. As I roll it down, circle the legs around, back overhead to center. Keep that chest open, right? Shoulders are relaxed. Rolling down now once again. We have one more the other direction. Up and over. This is a tricky move. This is one that you can and should do on the mat to get the feel for it. Rolling it down and relax. Staying on our same springs here. Grab your right loop, long loop, place it over your right foot. We're gonna do some single leg footwork here. So we're gonna bring that left leg into tabletop. We're just cruising right along here, right? We're moving and grooving. All right, my left leg is in tabletop. I'm just gonna lift and lower that right foot that's in the strap. So my hands are down by my sides. Take a second to get situated if you need to. Whenever you're ready, lift and lower that right leg. Make sure you're not arching your back. You're not allowing that belly to pooch, right? You're trying to draw a straight line with that foot. It's gonna wanna go in or out because there's only one leg, right, in the strap. So you're really gonna need control here. Let's do one more. Now we're gonna circle this leg. You can keep your hands by your side. It's a little more challenging this way. You can also, once again, grab onto those shoulder blocks or those pegs, making sure your elbows are fanned out. I don't want them like this, okay? Fanned out. We're not super hard gripping onto those pegs, right? We're just lightly holding onto them for a little bit more control. Take that right leg, open it without lifting the opposite hip, circle it forward, and then lift it back up. So it's okay if you don't open your leg all the way. See, I can only go about this far. I know myself and my body, and I know that I cannot go lower than that, okay? Working smart here. Let's reverse that circle. So now I lower it, I open, and I lift. I lower, I open, and I lift. Unilateral work is really difficult because you might feel really strong doing something with both legs and straps, right? But as soon as you go to one foot, it's like, what is going on? All right, we're gonna take those legs, bring both of them up towards the ceiling. This leg that's in the strap, my right leg, is gonna stay put, okay? Stays in place. Make sure your tailbone is on the mat. Now, I'm gonna open this left leg like a book and then bring it up. Go ahead and flex that left foot. Keep it flexed as you lower and you lift. So you're keeping that right leg firmly planted. My right hip is firmly planted. I do this exercise often with both feet in the straps, so it's a little bit harder with just one. Do one more. Both shoulders are also firmly planted. Beautiful. Now we're gonna do single leg stretch. So lower that right leg straight, bend the right knee in towards your chest. Hands come back down by your sides. You're gonna extend the left leg as you bend in the right foot. And then switch, and then switch, and then switch. Try to, remember you're drawing a straight line. Imagine you have a bullseye that's on the wall right in front of you. You gotta hit that bullseye every time, okay? Your leg's naturally gonna wanna kind of move around. Try to keep it straight. Let's do one more all the way through. Now hold it here. Moving into single leg short spine. There's a kind of a lot of moves here, so I'm gonna walk you through it, okay? You have your right leg extended. We're gonna invert again. So if that's not your vibe, go ahead and skip this move, okay? Otherwise, stay with me. My right foot is extended in the strap. My left leg is in tabletop. Extend your left leg towards the ceiling. Now lower it to rest on top of your right foot that's extended. Bring both legs up overhead as you lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Bring the carriage all the way in, slow and controlled. Bend that left knee in towards your left shoulder block. Keep your right leg extended. Okay, now straighten the left leg straight up towards the ceiling. So you're making a sort of V, right, with your legs, a staggered V. Now roll your spine down, holding your legs where they are. Hold, 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 hold. Roll, 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 roll. As you go to the point where you can't go anymore, drop that right leg straight ahead as you bend the left knee back into tabletop. Do it again. Straighten the left leg towards the ceiling. Lower it to cross it over the right foot. Both feet come up overhead. Control the carriage as it comes in. Hips are lifted towards the ceiling. Bend the left knee in towards your left shoulder block. Straighten it straight up towards the ceiling. Roll your spine down. Articulate, articulate, articulate. Try not to grip the carriage. Go until you cannot go any further. Put tension back in that right foot. Lower it towards the front wall. Bend the left knee in. We've got one more. Straighten it. Lower it to meet the right. We go up and over. Slow and controlled. Hips are lifted. Feet are behind my head. Bend the left knee down. Straighten it up towards the ceiling. Lower, lower, lower. Keep the tension in that right foot, but don't pull it forward yet. Not until you cannot lower your back anymore. Lower the foot and bend. Awesome job. Moving on to the other side. Going straight into that left foot. Whenever you are ready, get yourself situated. Sorry, there's a really loud plane going overhead. Right leg is in tabletop. Left foot is straight up toward the ceiling. My tailbone is still on the mat though. I'm not allowing my tailbone to lift, right? I'm just gonna lower and lift that left leg. Keep control. If you need to have a slight bend in that left leg that's in the strap, you can, especially if you're hypermobile. Let's place a slight bend there just so we don't create too much pressure, right? If you're hypermobile, sometimes you can't feel that things are bending more than they should. Let's do two more. Going into those circles, if you need to place your hands on the pegs or the shoulder blocks, please do so. Lower the leg out without lifting the opposite hip. Circle it forward and lift it up. Lower it to the side. Circle around. This side is much more difficult for me. Lower, circle, and lift. Reverse direction. Keep both shoulders firmly planted. Keep both hips firmly planted. Your back is not arching. You have one more. Straighten both feet up towards the ceiling. Hands come down to your sides. Lock that left leg into place. Open the right foot. Go ahead and flex it and bring it up. Open and close. Open and close. Open and close. Open and close. Two more. Open, close. One more. Open and close. Now going into single leg stretch. Bend your right knee in towards your chest. Extend that left leg out. Go ahead and switch. Left knee comes in, right leg extends. Right, left, right, left. Keep your ribs knit, belly in. One more all the way through. Beautiful. Hold this left leg extended out. Right leg is in tabletop. Straighten it towards the ceiling. We're going into that single leg short spine. Lower the right leg over the left. Both legs come together. Bring the carriage in, slow and controlled. Hips are up towards the ceiling. Legs are slightly overhead behind you, right? Bend the right knee in towards your right shoulder block. Extend it straight up towards the ceiling. Lower, lower, lower. Articulate through your spine. Keep the tension in the strap. Lower, lower, lower until you can't anymore. Pull that left leg forward. Bend the right knee in. Do it again. Extend the leg up. Lower on top of the left leg. Press up overhead. Bend the right knee in. Straighten it up towards the ceiling. Really articulate through that spine. Hit every single vertebrae, every single vertebrae. Press into that left leg. Bend the right knee. One more, okay? We can do one more. You've got this. Straighten the leg towards the ceiling. Lower down. Up and over. Here we go. Bend the knee in. Straighten it up. Keep the tension in that strap, but don't let the leg pull forward yet. Roll it down, roll it down, roll it down, roll it down. And done. Beautifully done. Okay, we're going to get ourselves up. We're gonna stay on our same springs here. I am gonna put my hair up really quickly. We're gonna stay on our same springs, but we are gonna turn and face the back of the reformer. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of rowing. So you're still on a red, blue here, or whatever light and medium spring you prefer. I'm gonna take my bar and place it down just a little bit, just so it doesn't get in the way, okay? So I'm turning and facing back of my reformer. I'm grabbing my, I'll keep the long loops. Let's see how the long loops go. If we wanna switch it, we can switch it, okay? I'm gonna sit nice and tall here and I'm gonna cross my right leg over the left, okay? We're gonna just do a couple roll downs to begin. So we're doing it a little bit differently than the traditional way to do these roll downs, just because I'm wanting to keep our legs in the same position here, okay? I'm sitting in about the center of my carriage, so my feet are hanging over the headrest. That's totally fine. Sit nice and tall, bring those straps in towards your chest. My elbows are out wide. I'm gonna tilt my pelvis under so that I roll myself back without lifting my shoulders into my ears. Roll it back. And then just roll it back up to sit nice and tall. Exhale as you roll down, curl it under. Keep those arms into your chest. Nothing is moving here except for your torso and your pelvis, right? That was 3 on that side. Let's cross the left over the right and do it again. Shoulders down and back. I'm rolling down until my back hits. And then I roll it up, okay? Last one. Sitting up tall. Let's cross that right back over the left. Now we're gonna get into actual rowing, okay? We're gonna row back with a round back to begin. So keeping those hands where they are, roll yourself down like we just did. Bring those arms out to a V in front of you. Rotate so your palms are facing out. Sit up nice and tall as you bring your arms back behind you. Circle them up towards the ceiling, up overhead, back into that starting position. We're only doing 2 on each side, okay? Exhale as you roll it down. Arms come into a low V in front. Rotate, palms are out towards the outer walls. Sit yourself up, bring your arms out and back behind you, up towards the ceiling, circle them up overhead, back to that starting position. Going on to left over right. Let's keep moving along. Same thing, roll it down. Arms come out. I'm bringing my chest towards my legs, arms are behind me, up towards the ceiling. Circle them forward, sit up nice and tall. One more. Rowing can get really tricky. It doesn't look as hard as it actually is, but it is challenging. All right, now bringing both legs parallel, they're side by side, doing flat back row here. Arms come up into 90 degrees. If you need to drop your weight, if this feels too heavy, please drop your weight, okay? Always do what's best for you. My arms are at a 90-degree angle. My back is nice and straight. I'm gonna hinge back, so no more rounding here, keeping that back flat, flat, flat. Then I'm gonna bring my arms up overhead at a diagonal. Sit tall, 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 tall. Reach towards the ceiling. Come over till I'm over my legs. Hands come down by my sides. Palms are facing the back wall. Pull the straps back behind you. Backs of your hands come to your lower back. Pull them back out behind you and then circle them around to that starting position. Okay, I know it's a lot. Let's do it again. Lean, 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 lean. Press up overhead. Lift and reach, 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 reach towards the ceiling as you bring your torso over your legs, arms down by the side, palms to the back wall. Pull it back behind you. Bring the backs of your hands to your lower back. Press behind you once again. Circle forward, back to the start. Let's do one more, okay? Lean, reach, lift, 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 lift. Over, pull behind you. Backs of your palms to your lower back, press behind you, circle around, back to that starting position. Crushed it. All right, hang up those straps. All right, we are going to go onto one red spring now, or one medium spring, okay? So going on to one medium, we're going to turn and face the front, the back of the Reformer once again. We're gonna do a little bit of chest expansion and thigh stretch here. I feel like not very many people love these exercises, but they're some of my favorites because they're just so effective in such a short little amount of time, okay? So grab the short straps. If you have them, please grab your short straps. I'm so sorry if you can hear the airplane. This is just what happens with working out in my garage, right? Okay, short straps if you have them. If you don't have the short straps, you can grab like the tops of the, like where your straps are, and just hold on to those, okay? Otherwise, short loops. Let's bring ourselves into a high kneel with our knees up against the shoulder blocks. My shoulders are down and back, my chest is forward, and my booty is squeezed to bring my hips forward, okay? I'm not leaning, I'm nice and upright, like so. We're just gonna pull our arms behind us and then bring them back forward. We're not on a super heavy weight here, right? That is intentional. I want you to just feel the movement, feel the opening of the chest, hence the chest expansion, right? Now on this one, hold it back, look to the right, look to the left, look forward, and release. Do it again. Pull it back, look to the right, look to the left, look forward, and release. Now, sit your hips onto your heels, okay? Booty on the heels. We're gonna go into thigh stretch. So, we're gonna sit tall into that high kneel as we pull the straps to our hips, or a little bit behind your hips, okay? Now you're gonna lean back, keeping those hands by your hips, lean back using those thighs. Come back up tall. Sit yourself back down. So what I don't want you to do is to come up here and lean with your upper body, okay? You're leaning from your thigh, not your upper body, okay? I'd rather you go a little bit farther, a little bit back, and do it correctly than like go super far, but be in your lower back, okay? When you're using your chest to go back, all you're gonna feel is a pinching in that lower back, all right? Let's do it again. Lift, pull, lean, back up, and sit. One more like this. Kneel, pull the straps, hold them where they are, lean, 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 up, lower down. Now, if you would like to, we're gonna add on. As you lean, you're gonna lean, then you're gonna look behind you, bring your head back forward, and then sit down, okay? So let's do it together. Kneeling tall, hands come to hips, lean back, look behind you, bring your head forward, kneel tall, and sit. Can you do one more? Let's do one more. We got this. Up, arms come back, hold them by your sides, lean, lean, look behind you, Head forward. Whew, and lower down. Ooh-wee. Awesome job. We are going to move right into elephant. So let's turn ourselves towards the front. Stay on your spring, please. We're gonna stay on that medium spring. If you need to add a little bit more, please know you can add a yellow or a blue to your red spring, okay? Please know that's always an option for you. Otherwise, let's stay on that single medium spring or red spring. If you're on a balanced body, we are going to take our feet and put our heels flat up against the shoulder blocks, okay? My arms or my hands are on the foot bar in front of me. I'm pushing my hips back so that my hips are over my heels, okay? There's two different ways you can do elephant. You can do round back or you can do flat back. We're gonna go for flat back today. I had some people on Instagram give me a hard time about my shoulders in this move, but I just have a hard time with this exercise, which is why we're working on it, right? Okay, so flat back here, so my hips are over my ankles, right? I'm pressing my back as flat as I can get it. My head is in between my hands and I'm looking at my knees right now, okay? You can look down at your feet, that's fine. If you need to bring your feet forward slightly just to get a little bit of a better traction, please feel free to do that, okay? Now, we're gonna keep this flat back. I'm gonna press my heels back and I'm gonna drag them forward using these lower abdominals right here, okay? So if you are a lady, I always like to tell people, think about where you get period cramps, right? That is where I want you to feel that dragging in, like this lower abdominal area, okay? Sometimes we can feel that a little bit better if we go round. So if I went round, I just have a little bit better connection feeling that area, but I personally am trying to work on my flat back elephant. So I'm going flat back here, okay? So we press it out, exhale as you drag it in, okay? You'll feel a major stretch in the backs of your legs also if you are unflexible in your hamstrings like I am. Let's do one more. Beautifully done. Okay, going into up stretch. Let's put our feet in a dorsiflex up against the shoulder blocks here. Hips are once again over your heels. Hands are on the bar. We're gonna press the carriage out. You know what? I need a little bit more on this for me. So I'm gonna add a yellow because I feel like I need a little bit more tension and stability to help my core. If you need to do the same, please feel free to do that, all right? So once again, here I am. My hips are pressed over my ankles. I'm pressing the carriage out to go into an extended plank, okay? I'm gonna use my shoulders while keeping my lower body where it is. Use my shoulders to bring that carriage in as far as I possibly, I'm trying to get the carriage in all the way. Can I do that right now? No, I can't. So I'm gonna use my core now to lift my hips up towards the ceiling and bring them back over my ankles as I bring the carriage in, okay? I know it's a lot of talking, a lot of steps. Let's do it again. Okay, my shoulders are down. My hips are over my ankles. I'm pressing the carriage out using my legs, right? I'm in this extended plank. Now I'm using my shoulders to pull up, over as far as I can go. Use those abdominals to lift your hips back up and bring them back over your feet. Let's do one more. Press it out. Lift, 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 and hold. Now, let's press it back out into that extended plank. All right, take that left leg, extend it behind you. Lift it and lower. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. Bring that knee towards your chest. Extend it back out, lower. Lift, knee to chest, lift, lower, one more. Lift, knee to chest, lift, lower, foot to shoulder block, and bring the carriage in. Woo-wee. If you need to take a second, take a second. I need a second because we're gonna do it all over again. Okay, we're gonna reverse direction this time now. So let's go back up towards that bar. Feet are dorsiflexed up against the shoulder block. This time, bring it, it's gonna feel a little weird, okay, but we're gonna do it. Shoulders over the bar as far as you can. Press the carriage out. So I'm in this plank now, using my shoulders to bring the carriage out. Now use my abdominals to lift, 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 and bring my legs back underneath. Okay, so it's like we're combining elephant and long stretch, if you're familiar with long stretch. Shoulders come forward into this extended plank. I need to press my legs out a little bit just because I can't go further than that. I use my shoulders to bring the carriage out, then lift in those abdominals, lift, 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 to bring the legs in all the way. One more. This is really, really challenging. Awesome job. Let's do one more. So we have the other leg that we have to do for the extension. Hold it out here. Extend your left leg behind you. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift. Knee to chest. Extend, lower, lift, knee to chest. Extend, lower. One more. Lift, knee to chest. Extend, lower. Oh my gosh. Bring the carriage in and rest. Holy moly. That was so challenging. Oh my gosh. Okay. Moving right along here. Let's keep moving. We're going to go into a kneeling star. So place your, you can stay on your current springs. That's great. If when we start doing this move, you feel like you need a little more, a little less, do as you need, okay? We're gonna have both legs stacked here. My right leg is, my top leg, is sort of over my left one a little bit. That's totally fine. I have my left hand, my outside hand on the bar, and my inside hand is just resting here, okay? I'm gonna lift myself up into this side kneel position. Let me bring my legs back ever so slightly. There we go. I wanna have my hand kind of in line with my body, right? So I'm gonna lift myself up. Then I'm gonna press the carriage out using that shoulder and lift my inside arm. Lower my arm as I bring the carriage in. Do it again. This is really hard, huh? We have one more. Hold it out here. Extend your top leg. Bring your knee to elbow and extend. Knee to elbow, extend. Knee to elbow, extend. One more. Knee to elbow, extend. Now, rotate so your other hand comes onto the bar and your knee rotates so you're facing forward. If you need to adjust a little bit, please do so. My knee is like in the center of my carriage right now. My foot is just resting on the headrest, okay? My right leg is still back behind me. My shoulders are down. I'm gonna press the carriage out as I lift my right leg, and then I'm just gonna bring it in. If you need to have your leg up against the shoulder block just to feel a little bit more supported, you can, but I'm trying not to do that, okay? I'm trying to have control here, and just bring it in. So my shoulders are staying down the whole time. And as I lower it back, you can see I'm really pressing my chest toward the ground, and then I lift it up. Let's do one more. And up. Let's go to the other side. So now I'm facing the opposite direction. My legs are stacked. My hand is in the center of the bar. My opposite hand is down resting on my legs, okay? We lift up into that side position. As I press out with my shoulder, I lift my arm up and I lower it as I bring the carriage in. Lifting up, lower. Try to keep your hips open, right? So I'm squeezing my booty a little bit. One more. And bring my legs back slightly. One more. Hold it here. Top leg extends. Knee to chest. This side is definitely harder for me. It feels a little more crampy. One more. Now rotate over. If you need to adjust to bring yourself a little more centered, that's fine. My arms are shoulder width apart. I'm bringing the carriage out as I lift the leg, and then I bring the carriage in. Lowering my chest towards the ground, so feel that beautiful stretch. It's challenging, but it still feels really good. Two more. One more here. And up. Whew, nicely done. If you have a light spring on, please take it off. We're just gonna go straight to medium spring. We are in the home stretch here, okay? We are so close to being done. I know this is a longer class, but it's worth it, right? It's been a really good one. I really like this class. Okay, we're gonna do some kneeling arm work facing front. So go ahead and grab your short loops if you have them. If you don't have the short loops, that's okay, all right? Use what you have. We're on one medium spring here. So if you're on a balanced body, we're on one red, all right? Whew, let's do it. All right, we're gonna start with serve a tray. So I'm starting sitting with my hips on my heels. Now, as I bring my arms forward, I'm gonna lift into a high kneel. If you do not feel comfortable doing this, you can stay sitting with your hips on your heels this entire series, okay? Do not feel like you have to be in a high kneel. It is definitely the advanced version, okay? So I'm pressing forward, I'm squeezing my booty, opening my hips, and then I sit back down. You will feel the tops of your thighs start to heat up as you do this. My shoulders are staying down and back, my chest is staying open. One more. Hold it here. Inhale as you open your arms wide. Keep them in your peripherals though, not so much that your chest opens, right? Don't bring them behind you. Keep them in your peripherals. Bring them back together. Bend those arms back in as you kneel down. So we lift, we open, we close, and we lower. Lift, open, close, lower. One more. Awesome job. Let's come back up into that high kneel now. We're gonna hold in this position. We're gonna do some arm circles. So if you at any point feel like you need to go to long loops and you're on a short loop, please feel free to do so. I will probably do that at some point, okay? Let's bring our arms straight out at a diagonal. My palms are facing up, okay? I'm gonna circle them both out, bring them to midline, so bring them to center, and then back up. So it's like you're making two capital Ds, okay? Be pressing evenly into both shins. Try not to be leaning one direction or the other. You're upright. Your core is tight. We have one more this direction, then we're gonna switch. Ready? Switch. So we go straight down. Oh my gosh, I am feeling this. And up. We're only doing 4, okay? We have 3 more. 2 more. Make sure your shoulders are not going into your ears. You have long dangling earrings that your shoulders cannot touch, okay? And up. Beautifully done. Sit down for a second. Hang up your left loop. We're gonna go into some single arm work here. Back in that high kneel. Remember, you can always be in that low kneel if you need to, okay? We're gonna do single arm serve a tray. Both of my palms are facing up. I'm going to bring my hand that's not in a strap forward as I bring my hand in the strap behind me, keeping my elbow in. Don't let it go wide, okay? Now I'm gonna switch and have a slight rotation in my torso. I'm definitely gonna go to long loop on this one. Short loop is feeling a little heavy for me. So we're just doing one to the other, getting a slight ring out of that spine, right? My hips are facing forward the whole time though. The thing that is rotating is my torso and the top part, right? I'm not allowing my hips to go also. Let's do one more each direction. Perfect. Now hold your right arm out, the one in the strap. Open your left hand towards the back. Circle it up overhead. Come to face the front. We're making a half circle, so we're opening and closing. This arm that's holding the strap is on fire. Don't lose your form. One more. Oh my gosh. Oh, I need a second. I feel like you probably need a second too. Okay, let's keep going. We're gonna hinge at the hip here slightly. So I'm still in a high kneel, but I'm slightly hinged, okay? Doing a little bicep curl. I'm gonna go back to my short loop. This arm is behind me. My other arm can be overhead or on my hip, okay? I'm not really picky about what you wanna do. I'm gonna bend and extend. I have a slight hinge, so I'm not rounded or arched, right? I'm hinged, my belly is in, and I'm just doing a single arm bicep curl. So my shoulder's not moving. The only thing moving is my elbow that's bending and extending, right? 2 more. Last one. Beautifully done. Let's move on to the other side. Going into that single arm cervitre. So both palms are facing up, both are bent 90 degrees, right by my sides, okay? One arm, other arm. Feel that slight ring out of the spine. One more. On this next one, hold this hand out. Bring your right arm towards the back. Circle it overhead to come to the front. And now circle it to the back. We're just making half circles here, but keep that tension and the lift in that arm that is holding the strap. Don't let it fall. You have one more. And lower down slightly to that hinge. We're gonna do those bicep curls, okay? Hand on your hip or at a diagonal overhead. Ready? Let's go. Switching to my short strap. Who knew one medium spring could be so hard? Keep your belly in. Keep your chest proud. Even though I'm at a hinge, my chest is still proud, right? You have 2 more. Last one. And lower it down. All right, we're gonna end with a little standing series with a little bar fusion. So you can stay on this one medium spring if you would like. If it would make you feel better to add another spring, so if you have another red and you wanna add it, or you wanna add a light spring, a heavy spring, whatever, just because we are gonna be standing here on the Reformer, and I just want you to feel comfortable that it won't slide out, okay? So my head's gonna get cut off. Honestly, I'm not gonna change the camera angle, so you just will see like my chest down, but it's fine. Everything you need to see, you will see, okay? We're facing the front of the Reformer. We're gonna take our inside leg and place it on the carriage, okay? I'm gonna stand tall up onto the Reformer, bring my outside leg into tabletop as I bring my opposite arm in like a runner stance, okay? Then bring myself down and back up. So I'm just going up and down. You'll notice I kind of sit myself back, right? I'm not letting my knee go over my toes. I'm keeping it behind, kind of in line with my ankle. If you need to move slower to have a little bit more balance, please do so. You've got 2, 1, now we're gonna add a curtsy lunge. So as I step down, I'm gonna take this foot that was on the carriage, bring it behind my standing leg, curtsy lunge down, come back up and repeat. So I go curtsy, step, lift, down, curtsy, step, lift, down, curtsy, step, lift, one more, down, curtsy, step, lift. Hold here. Bring your hands to your hips. outside leg, so your non-standing leg, is going to just do a lateral lift. So I have a slight bend in my standing leg, and I'm laterally lifting in my other leg. You have 3, 2, we're getting our heart rate up, 1. Now we're gonna do a little balance challenge, arabesque. If you do not feel comfortable doing this on the reformer, please step onto the ground and do it on the ground, okay? Safety always comes first. But you can also grab onto your bar at any point if you need to. We're gonna start hands by our side, outside leg, non-standing leg, and tabletop. I'm gonna bring it behind me as I bring my hands overhead into an arabesque. It's like I'm pulling in opposite forces, okay? Then I'm gonna back up to stand tall. Do it again. Arabesque, extend, keep those hips and shoulders square to the ground. Stand tall, you have 2 more. Whew, I almost fell there. See what I mean? Gotta move slow and controlled. If you need the bar, use it. If you need to do it on the floor, do it, okay? There's no shame in that. Pause here, lower that leg and lift. If you need the bar, use the bar, okay? You've got 3, 2, 1. Step down, lower. If you have 2 springs on, take them off. Just be on 1 medium spring. Take your right leg, put it up against the shoulder block. We're just gonna scooter burn it out, okay? Load into that standing leg. My knee is off the carriage. If you need the bar, use it. Or have your hands on your hips or overhead. We're just gonna go in, out, in, out. If you need to move your standing leg back, do so. Keep your knee over your foot, but not over your toes, okay? We've got 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way in, coming to the other side. If you've stuck with me this long, I am so proud of you. This is definitely a longer class, but it's one of my favorites. So, okay, we're gonna do the same thing on this side, okay? You're definitely not gonna see, you're gonna see like my waist down, but it's fine, okay? Whenever you're ready, step up, bring that leg into tabletop, runner's hands, right? So we have those opposite arm leg action going. As I stand tall, I'm putting all my weight into my heel. 1 more. Add the curtsy. Lower, curtsy. Step, lift. Lower, curtsy. Step, lift. 2 more. Gotta get some cardio, right? Lift and hold. This leg comes down to the side. Hands are on your hips. Slight bend in the standing leg. Lateral lift. I'm tired too. We worked really hard today. You should be really proud of yourself. 3, 2, 1. Into that arabesque. Remember, go onto the ground if you need to. Hold onto the bar if you need to. Start in that tabletop. Arms come overhead. My arms are reaching forward as my leg is reaching behind. Stand tall. One more. Hold it behind. Hold it back. Lift and lower the leg. Keep the hips square. 3, 2, 1. Step it down. Take 1 spring off. Be on 1 medium spring or a red spring if you're on balanced body. Scooter burn it out. Ready? Let's go. Really loading into this standing leg. You got 4, 3, I'm moving slow, I'm tired. 2, 1, bring it in. Let's do a quick mermaid stretch and you're out of here, okay? Whew. We have our inside leg, shin up against the shoulder block, outside leg parallel to the front, outside hand on the bar, inside palm face up. Keep this back hip down, press, reach up and over, keep the bottom shoulder out of your ear. Nice open chest. Rotate towards the springs. Place both hands on the bar. Keep your elbows straight as you swan and lift your chest up. Bring it back out. Rotate back towards the front. Lift and bring it in. One more. Up and over. Rotate. Swan. Catch your breath. Rotate back towards the front. Bring it in. Counter stretch here. Reach the opposite arm up and over. On to the other side. If you made it all the way through that class with me, you should be so proud of yourself. That was a really challenging class. We go up and over. We just did a lot of unilateral work. Rotate toes to the ground. Unilateral work is really difficult. It challenges you a lot. Challenges your balance, your mental fortitude, right? Let's do one more. If you have not subscribed already, I would love to have you. Please be sure to like and comment what you thought of this video. Share with your friends, your family, your neighbors, your favorite Pilates instructor. Let's counter stretch. Because there is so much more to come as always, and I would love to have you join me. Thank you so much for working out with me, and I will see you next time. Bye.